Bluetooth in?
I have no idea.
It just said to turn Bluetooth off.
Okay.
Is yours on?
I don't know. I'm just taking a video. That's what I know. Pretty cool, isn't it?
It is amazing.
That pulling a sulky down there.
Yeah.
Oh, I see some old Chevys.
Oh yeah, I saw those earlier. You know, look at those real cars too, because they yellow ones.
There's a beat up old houseboat there. Well, maybe it's not beat up. I don't know.
Hard to tell.
It's all rust or what down there. Check it out. How cool is that, huh?
It looks really clean. It does look clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe that houseboat isn't so seaworthy. I can see through the side there.
Hold on, Mom. I'm doing my own thing. Hold on. I gotta fight with him. Alright, hold on. Wait here.
It says it's uploading items.
I don't know. We'll get to it in a minute.
Alright. No, you just have to change. Just off us. Okay. Okay, try it again. Okay, here. Ready? Because of the sun. You have to change.
At least the wind kind of died down a little
Hmm?
bit. At least the wind died down a little
Yep.
bit.
Here we are.
It's a little rough.
All right. Yeah, it's enough for now.
President. So that's why the government is putting effort and money to at least paint the facades of the building located in the main avenues, which is this one, Reina, is one of the main avenues. Also, if you take a look to your left side, you are going to see the church. This one is church to the left side, which is the Sacred Heart of Jesus. It was inaugurated in 1917, and it's one of the three, churches in Havana constructed with the Gothic style. So, even if it was in 1917. Also, if you take a look, all the houses and the buildings, they have portals. This is because all the houses in tropical areas must have a portal to provide shade to the people walking on the street. Okay, in Cuba right now, some people are using that space to put their small business. For example, they can sell items, I mean souvenirs, or they can sell different goods like the shampoos or deodorant, toothpaste, everything, but they put that on the portals of the houses in order to show to the people who are walking there the merchandise they have. So we are in another street right now, which is called Charles III Avenue. Charles III was the king of Spain. He was ruling Spain in the second half of the 18th century. So, and also here we have one of the biggest mall we have all over Cuba, and which is this one to your left side. Take a look right now. With the name of Charles III, you're going to see a lot of people outside. Probably for you it's just like a small shop area, but not for us. In Cuba, not all of the shops are as big as this one. And this is like a department store. To your right side, what you see is the building of the hospital emergency. Actually, the name is Freire Andrade, but remember, we are here in Centro Habana, and Centro Habana is the smallest, but at the same time, the crowdest municipality we have in the province. So you can imagine how many emergencies they can have there, okay? And also, there's a lot of tourism in this area. Until 2012, pretty much, foreigners could go to any facility, hospitals, and they didn't charge you. But because of your insurance and everything, you have to start paying anytime you need to go to the doctor. And for that reason, we have the International Clinic Sierra Garcia, which is located in Playa Municipality. So here in Cuba, the different neighborhoods or municipalities are divided by streets. And this street here is called Infanta, to pay homage to the Infanta of Spain. And right now we are in another place. We are in the municipality of the Square of the Revolution. Here to your right side, what we have is the house of Máximo Gómez. This place is called Quinta de los Molinos, because in this place was one of the house of the general captain of the island of Cuba. When we were under the supervision of the King of Spain. So, in this area also we have the dental school, which is this building right here to your right, and it was inaugurated in 1900. Also, as I said to you, all this is for free. Remember that the education system is for free. In the Catholic religion, but in the Afro-Cuban religion is called Oshun, okay, and the color is yellow. So we are going to stop here at the National Theater, which is one of the buildings located right here to your right side, this building. Actually, if you take a look, the construction looks like a spider, and this place has a great acoustic because it has a river underneath. Actually, during 19th century, the theater was constructed with the pool under the stage in order to give, the acoustic to the place, not here. Because the river is underneath, it was really difficult the construction, and that's why it has a great acoustic, and it can gather more than 1,500 people in the different rooms. So we're going to be stopping here. We're going to be walking to the Square of the Revolution, Jose Marti, and it is there where I'm going to explain to you the different buildings. Are you ready to walk a little bit right now? Yes? Okay, this is the last stop. If you don't want to go, you can stay here. Okay?
Place in the world. We thought that France was a paradise, and now they're having this kind of yellow, what's the word for that? Les gilets jaunes, demonstrating on the streets and burning cars. So here it's the same as in everywhere. Some people would go for the government, some people would go against the government, some people would stay in the middle, just waiting to see what happens. Is it different in the United States?
Especially now.
Question there.
So you said that Cuba is a socialist country. So how does it compete with the capitalist country around us? Isn't
Very interesting. How come that being communist we are into capitalism right now?
Money.
Actually, the main motivation for these reforms was not that the government was interested in fostering this market economy, at least in the opinion of some specialists, but rather that they were not able to provide with jobs to everybody here in the country, and that they wanted to give an opportunity to the private sector to kind of cover this kind of sort of problem that there was in the country. Then, with the ongoing process, they found out that it was working with the small and medium-sized kind of businesses, because too much central planning it definitely does not work. For all taking decisions at the local level, you need to wait for a decision in Havana. It's crazy. And then that is how the government has become increasingly motivated in allowing some more opportunities and implementing some more policies and measures to help these early, if you want, this is very recent, only 7 years now in Cuba, this early capitalist economy in the country, a portion of our economy. Wherever you have change, you have resistance to change. Psychologists would tell you that. So some people are against the changes, or they don't want so many changes. So some people are wanting more and to go on more quickly. Because right now the general opinion is that things are going a little too slow compared to what they promised. Okay? So, but then when you have a social, economical, political change in the country, it is like that. It is not without contradiction, and it's, as a rule, little by little. And the thing is that, in short, they found out that it could work, that it could make more appealing our economy for the foreign investment, which we changed the regulations recently, and it's more appealing right now, and very flexible with the taxes and the revenue, take the revenues back to your country. And in a way, it has helped change the minds of the decision makers in the country. They recently visited China, Vietnam. They wanted to learn something, I would assume, of their experience there.
they're so far away from the other socialist countries?
Well, they traveled so far away to try and find out what it was going there in China and Vietnam with capitalism in those countries. And they are trying to implement in a way these kind of measures here, but adapted to the Cuban reality, which is different. Okay? Was it a good answer? Again, on the bypass road to Punta Gorda, where we will be having our lunch. Well, first of all, we will be actually stopping in front of the Palace. Very typical of the outskirts here in Cienfuegos. internet. Like a couple weeks ago, we finally have internet on the phones, or maybe on the public Wi-Fi hotspot, or at home with a line you pay for it to have access to the internet, and then we have internet. Sorry? It is national, yes. Internet, well, internet, yeah. Internet, it's international, yeah. We pay in cooks, the internet, and we have access to any content. So we're very close to the hotel right now. Again, driving close to the baseball stadium. Any more questions?
How often are there elections?
We have elections every 2 years and a half for the municipal governments, every 5 years for the provincial government, which with the new constitution will disappear, and for the national parliament elections. Okay. With the current constitution, there is only one political party, the Communist Party. So people would rather nominate their candidates, appoint their candidates on the neighborhoods, on the workplaces, and on the school, the university students, and so on, with the co-workers or the neighbors, or I don't know, people living there. What happens is that, though having only 250,000 members, the Communist Party in Cuba is very active. It's very, active. So they have a lot of influence in a way that, though they do not nominate their candidates, in the long run, typically most of the people being elected are members of the Communist Party here in Cuba, and that includes the national parliament. So that is how the government and the Communist Party has control of the decision-making process. Okay. We have 2, 3, maybe 6, 5 more, you never know, other political parties here in Cuba, but they are illegal, all of them, and their membership, to be honest, is very little, actually, at this moment. So that has not changed.
So how many candidates are there? Is it one choice? Multiple choices?
Minimum 2. There has to be 2 to have an election. Frequently 3, 4, 5 different persons. They go to the neighborhoods, for example, and they have these talks or debates with the neighbors where they discuss things and their life story, who they are, and what they think they are going to do if they get elected, and so on. Water in lunch is coming in a bottle at the source, spring, so it's safe to drink the water. It's very safe. There is one sparkling and one that is just natural, and then there are fruit juices, and then soda, typically a number of flavors, and then the beer, which as a rule is the Cuban beer. But there has been a shortage of Cuban beer, incredibly, these last days of the year. So maybe not Cuban today, but Dutch maybe, I don't know. Spanish, who knows? This is it. So now remember, our cocktail, 10 minutes, and then a visit on the first floor of the Palacio de Valle, and after 10 minutes, going to the hotel to have lunch at the restaurant.
Excuse me. You guys know what that was? Was that the symphony? Was that one the symphony?
I
you didn't
don't know.
It looks pretty big.
It's bigger than I want.
We just got here.
It has the dual slides.